Hey guys, it's Allie with Ebb and Flow Yoga Studio, and with me is my sister Juli, who will be taking the 60-minute level 1 vinyasa class. So I want to thank you all for being here, and we're going to start in a seated meditation. So just come to any seated position that feels good, either crisscross or just sitting on your knees. We're going to start by gently closing our eyes and taking a few deep breaths here, just coming into your practice, wherever you are, allowing yourself to relax your shoulders, your lower jaw. And on your next breath in, I want you to follow your breath through the front body, moving past your navel, your abdomen, through your sternum and throat, all the way through to the crown of your head. And as you empty out, feeling the breath roll down the back body, just tracing the natural curve in your spine, coming all the way down to your coccyx. Again, breath in, moving through the front body, filling up completely. And then breath out, rolling down the back body. And a few more, just like that. If you're familiar with Ujjayi Pranayama, just beginning to invite a little texture into the back of your throat, a little audible sound with your exhale. Just feeling the power and the purpose in this controlled breath. Allowing this stillness of body and mind to tap into your parasympathetic nervous system. Rest and digest. And on your next breath in, reach your arms up, keeping your eyes closed. Bring your palms to touch. Then bringing your hands to prayer in this gesture of worship and devotion, Anjali Mudra. Just take a moment and carve out your intention for your practice. It can be an invitation or a shedding. Something you are working on receiving or something you're working on letting go of. And just tapping into your understanding of Source. Placing your intention right there. Allowing the love and support you receive from Source to feed your intention. And taking a few more breaths here. And then we'll make our way into tabletop, coming onto all fours. And stacking your shoulders over your wrists, spreading your fingers really wide here. Hips over knees, tops of your feet on the mat. And as you breathe in, let your belly drop, gaze up, heart moves forward, coming into cow pose. And then as you exhale, tuck the tailbone round the back body, release the crown of your head, coming into cat. Inhale, belly drops, gaze up, breathe in, fill up. Exhale, tuck round and release and empty out completely. If you'll notice, your breath is your compass, taking it really slow, allowing the entire breath in for the transition and the entire breath out for the transition. A few more rounds, maybe closing your eyes, just start to feel into flexion and extension of your spine. And then maybe you want to move into some figure 8 or barrel rolls. Just moving your head and your hips in the opposite direction. Start to move into the sensation of feeling rather than doing. And coming back to a neutral spine, let's tuck our toes and just hover our knees about 2 inches away from the earth. You're going to integrate your core here. So pulling in from your pubic bone to your navel and drawing the shoulder blades away from each other and keeping your gaze just in front of your index fingers so that your neck is an extension of your spine. You're going to take a breath in and a breath out. On your next inhale, reach your sits bones up to the sky. And as you exhale, heels melt. Let your head be heavy. Coming into our first downward facing dog. Just begin to deep pedal the legs from side to side. And then settle into stillness here. Take a few deep breaths here. Let your head be heavy. Let your spine be long. Knees can be bent. Heels can be heavy. Up to you. On your next breath in, send your right leg to the sky for a three-legged dog. And as you exhale, let's bend, stack, and open up. Right heel toward left glute. And you can stay here. You can find some hip circles. The rotation is coming from ball and socket joint of your hip. Come back to three-legged dog. Lift your heel to the sky and then exhale, right heel to the mat. Left leg extends, breath in, reach up, lengthen. And then exhale, bend, stack, and open up. Again, option to hang here or create some movement. Back to three-legged dog, heel to the sky, hips square, and then lower your left foot to meet your right. Look forward as you inhale, and just gently walk to the top of your mat. Your feet will land about hip distance, about 2 fists between your big toes. Deep bend your knees here, relax your torso on your thighs. Grab opposite hand to opposite elbow, and just rock from side to side in ragdoll pose. I'm just feeling the space through the vertebrae, head heavy. Just take this moment of movement from side to side. Really slowly bring your hands down to the mat. And then bring your left hand right in front of your left foot. Soft bend your left knee. And as you straighten your right leg, reach your right hand up. Take a twist. And lower your right hand to the mat. Soft bend your right knee. Straighten your left leg. Left arm reaches up. And lower your left hand down. Soft bend both knees. Bring your hands to your shins just below your knees. Find a flat back. Halfway lift as you inhale. And then exhale, forward fold, hug in tight, release. A few more times. Breath in, lengthen halfway. Exhale, release. One more time. Breath in. And breath out. And this time, deep bend the knees, slowly roll all the way up. Head is the last thing to stack. Arms reach up, breath in, reach up. Hands to your heart as you empty out. Reset. We're going to move through a few rounds of our sun salutation, Surya Namaskar A. Okay. Breath in, lift and lengthen. And as you exhale, soft bend the knees, lead with your heart, fold forward. Halfway lift, flat spine, integrate your core, and then plant your palms, step back to a plank pose. Okay, we're gonna pause for a moment here. Spread your fingers apart, shoulders right over your wrists. Gaze is just at the edge of your mat. And gently draw the shoulder blades away from each other. Pull belly in. And gently lift your kneecaps up. Heels high, take a breath in and a breath out. On your next inhale, rock forward, shoulders come past the wrist. You're gonna come onto your tippy toes. And then really slowly lower all the way down, just hugging your triceps in tight, grazing your ribs. tops of your feet to the mat, and just bring your hands back a few inches. Elbows draw in toward one another, belly pulls in, lift your heart up, activate the back body here. Take a breath in, and lower down as you empty out. Hands under your shoulders, tuck your toes. And you can move through tabletop or reverse your push-up to plank pose. And we'll meet in downward facing dog. Take a breath in and a breath out. 2 more just like that. Inhale. Exhale, let it go. 1 more breath in. And breath out. Look forward as you breathe in. Empty your breath and walk or step to the top of your mat. Halfway lift, flat back, breathe in. Exhale, let it go, hug in tight. Root down, rise up, arms stretch up to the sky, palms touch. Reset, hands to your heart. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, hinge and fold. Breath in, flat back. And plant your palms, step back to plank pose, and we'll hold here. Okay? So we have an option here. You're going to rock forward. You can either lower all the way down, we just did that, or you can lower halfway down to your Chaturanga Dandasana. Flip to the tops of your feet. Draw your hip bones forward. Heart lifts up. You're hovering your thighs and your shins. This is called upward facing dog. Take a deep breath in, and if you're in upward facing dog, you want to activate your center to pull your hips up and back to downward facing dog. We'll all meet here for 3 rounds of breath. And your next breath in, look to the top of your mat. Walk or step. Halfway lift, breath in. Forward fold, breath out. Root down, rise tall. Palms touch overhead. Hands to your heart, empty out. Beautiful. Breath in, lift up, lengthen. Lead with your heart, forward folds. Halfway lift. Hands to the mat. And you choose this time. You're going to step back and lower all the way or halfway down. Take cobra or up dog as you inhale. And we'll meet in downward facing dog on the exhale. 3 breaths, deep breaths in and complete breaths out. 2 more. Look forward as you inhale. Make your way to the top of your mat. Breath in, flat back. Breath out, fold forward. Inhale, we root to rise, reach tall, palms touch. Hands to your heart, empty out. Again, inhale, lift and lengthen. And exhale, bow forward. Breath in, halfway lift. High to low, take it slow. Heart lifts up as you breathe in and fill up. Hips go up and back as you empty out. And do 1 more round before we move on. Stay here for a few more breaths. And as you breathe in, gaze to the top of your mat. As you empty out all your breath, walk, step, or float to the top. In length as you inhale, forward fold as you exhale. Rise tall, reach up, hands to your heart, empty out. Reset. Last round, breath in, lift up. Breath out, forward fold. Halfway lift, lengthen. Plant your palms, step back, high to low push up. Breathe in. Up dog or cobra. Breathe out, downward facing dog. Take a few breaths here. All right, Look forward as you inhale and walk or step to the top. Find length as you breathe in and fold as you breathe out. Reach up, stand up, get tall, hands to your heart, reset. All right, big toes touch about an inch between your heels here. Okay, arms by your sides. We're going to start in mountain pose Tadasana. Palms forward. And just feeling into the three corners of your feet, your heel, and just below your pinky toe, your big toe. And just feel the energy move up. As you lengthen and get tall all the way through the crown of your head. And feeling the stability and support in your foundation. And you're going to sit low, rock the weight back into your heels, and bring your fingers just to frame your feet. Keeping your seat right where it is. Let's reach our arms up for chair pose. So like I said, I want you to rock the weight into your heels if that feels good for you. And feel the energy between your inner thighs, and I want you to pull in from your pubic bone to your navel. See if you can lift your sternum up a little bit higher, nice. And then rotate your pinkies in and your thumbs out, relax your shoulders. At this point, it's really good to just come back to the breath. Just notice where the breath is gone. So you can come back to deep breaths in and complete breaths out. Let's take 3 more breaths here. Breathe in and let it go. Inhale and exhale. One more breath in. This time as you exhale, forward fold, let it go. Halfway lift. And then plant your hands, step back, and move through your flow, high to low push-up. Into cobra or up dog, heart lifts. We'll meet in downward facing dog. And send your right leg to the sky for three-legged dog. And draw your right knee to your nose, round the back body. Bring your shoulders right over your wrists. Point your toes, squeeze in tight. On your next inhale, lift up and lengthen, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose, squeeze in. One more time, breath in, lift up. Knee to nose, hold here, and step through. And then bring your left foot out to the left a few inches. Dial your left foot down, about a 45-degree angle. And then come onto your finger pads. Frame your right foot. Okay? Pull your right hip back, your left hip forward, so your hips are square. Create length, again, from your tailbone through your crown. And on your next breath in, lift your arms to the sky. Virabhadrasana 1, Warrior 1. Just taking a few deep breaths here. Noticing where you can create more space, where you can invite ease. Tap into your breath. One more breath in. And as you exhale, lower your hands. You're going to frame your right foot, pivot on your back foot. So you lift your heel up, and then you're going to step back. Lower all the way or halfway down. Cobra or up dog as you breathe in. Downward facing dog, empty out. All right, left side, left leg lifts up as you inhale. Knee to nose, squeeze in tight. Inhale, press up. Exhale, knee to nose. One more time, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, knee to nose, pause here, and then step through. This time your right foot steps out and dials down 45 degrees. And then come onto your finger pads here. Just create a little height. And drawing the left hip back, the right hip forward. Slowly reach your arms up. And settle into your shape. Again, pinkies in, thumbs out, relax your shoulders. And if you can, just gently pull your floating ribs in toward your midline, toward your spine. And just feeling the stability that comes from the foundation of this shape, this pose, warrior one. And we'll stay for one more breath in. And lower your hands, frame your left foot, back heel lifts up, step back high to low push-up. Breathe into your back bend and empty out, downward facing dog. Stay for a breath in and a breath out. On your next inhale, look to the top. Walk, step, or hop. Halfway lift, breath in. Forward fold, breath out. Root down, rise tall, arms to the sky, hands to your heart, reset. Mountain pose. Sit low, sweep up, chair pose. Breath in and breath out. One more inhale. Forward fold, let it go as you exhale. Lengthen halfway. Plant your palms, step back high to low push-up. Heart lifts up as you inhale. Downward facing dog as you exhale. Right leg extends, breath in. Knee to nose, breath out. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, knee to nose. Again, breath in, reach up. Knee to nose, pause. Step through. Back foot dials down. On the breath in, we lift up, warrior one. And on the breath out, lower our hands, step back high to low push-up. Meeting in downward facing dog, take a breath in and let it go. Extend your left leg as you breathe in. Knee to nose as you empty out. Inhale, lengthen, reach long. Knee to nose. One more time, breathe in, lift up. Empty out, knee to nose, and step through. Dial down, rise up, all on the breath in. And then as you exhale, hands to the mat, lower all the way or halfway. Breath in to your back bend, cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Let's do one more round, and then we'll switch it up a bit. All right, look forward as you inhale. Empty your breath, walk or step or float. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Rise up, breath in, reach up. Hands to your heart. Mountain pose, sit low, sweep up, chair pose. Forward fold, let it go. Find length as you inhale. High to low push up as you exhale. I just want to let you know too, at any point you can lower your knees here for support as you move through your flow. You can also skip the vinyasa completely and we'll all meet in downward facing dog. Right leg lifts up as you inhale. Knee to nose. Lift long as you breathe in. Knee to nose, empty out. One more time, breath in, lift up. Knee to nose, step through. Dial down, rise up, warrior one on the breath in. Hands to the mat, high to low as you empty out. Take your choice of cobra or up dog. And let's all meet in downward facing dog. We'll send our left leg to the sky, knee to nose. Breath in, reach up. Knee to nose, empty out. Last one, inhale, lift long. Knee to nose, step through. Dial down, rise up, warrior one as you inhale. Hands to the mat, step back, high to low push-up. Heart lifts up, breath in. Downward facing dog, we'll meet there. And take a few breaths in your downward facing dog or child's pose. Just coming back to your breath, returning to your intention. Look forward as you inhale and walk or step to the top of your mat. Halfway lift and fold. And sit low, sweep up, come right into chair pose. You'll be here for about 3 to 4 breaths. And take a breath in. And open arm twist to your right as you empty out. Just sweeping your right arm down and around, heart open. Staying low in your seats. Back to center as you inhale. Open arm twist to your left as you exhale. And your breath in, come back to center, chair pose. Exhale, forward fold, let it go. Halfway lift, lengthen. Plant your palms high to low, push up. Send your right leg to the sky, breath in, and then bend, stack, and open as you empty out. Lengthen, inhale, keep your hips square here. And then right knee over to your left elbow or tricep, and just hold here. Inhale, lift up, three-legged dog. And over to your right elbow or tricep and hold. Inhale, lift up, three-legged dog. And come knee to nose. Step through. Back heel stays lifted. Your feet are laterally about hip distance apart. Come onto your finger pads. And then gently pull your right hip back. Activate left leg. Reach up to your high crescent lunge. It may take a minute to just settle into the stability of this shape. Take a deep breath in, filling all the way up. And then as you exhale, let's bring your hands to your heart. Dial your back foot down. Arms reach apart, coming into warrior two. Okay, so I'm going to start moving into this hip opener here. So external rotation. So right knee in line with your toes. You want to feel your left hip kind of spiral open, but feel the energy moving up through the left leg. And just gently lifting through your pelvic floor, pulling your navel in. And relax your shoulders and find that wrist to wrist alignment, gaze forward. Take a breath in and a breath out. On your next inhale, lower your left hand either to your thigh or to your low back. Flip your right palm up and reach back. And just maintaining the integrity of your lunge here, keeping your heart open. And take a breath in. And as you exhale, cartwheel your hands to the mat, step back, high to low push-up. Heart lifts up as you inhale. Downward facing dog as you exhale. Left leg extends, breath in. Bend, stack, and open as you empty out. Hips square, reach long, three-legged dog. Left knee to your right and hold. Inhale, reach up, three-legged dog. And exhale to your left, squeeze in tight and stay here. Inhale, lift up, lengthen. And exhale, knee to nose as you step through. Back heel stays lifted, feet are laterally hip distance apart. And coming onto your finger pads, drawing your left hip back slightly, right hip forward, spine long, reach up, high lunge. And continue with your deep breath in and your complete breath out. Take a breath in here. And as you exhale, hands to heart, dial your back foot down, open up to warrior two. So either heel to heel or heel to arch alignment, it's up to you. Left knee in line with your left toes. Just feeling the energy once again, and lift up through your right leg. Relax your shoulders, gaze forward, breath in, and breath out. Take a breath in here. Exhale, let it go. As you breathe in, right hand drops, left arm reaches up. As you open up, reverse warrior. Inhale, reach back a little bit further. And exhale, cartwheel your hands to the mat, high to low push-up. Heart lifts as you inhale. Downward facing dog, exhale. Nice. Take a breath in and a breath out. One more, inhale here. Exhale, let it go. Look forward, breath in. Walk, step, or hop to the top. Halfway lift and fold. Sit low, sweep up, chair pose as you breathe in. Open arm twist to your right as you breathe out. Stay here for a breath in. Complete the breath out. Back to center as you inhale. Open arm twist as you exhale. Breath in and let it go. Back to chair pose. Inhale, let it go. Forward fold, release. Halfway lift, breath in. Plant your palms, step back, high to low. Heart lifts up. We'll meet in downward facing dog. Right leg extends as you breathe in. Bend, stack, and open, empty out. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, over to your left. Breath in, press up, three-legged dog. Exhale to your right. Inhale, lifts. Step through. Back heel, stays lifted. Lift up, high lunge. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale to reverse, reach back. Hands to the mat, cycle through your flow. Left leg lifts up as you inhale. Open up, exhale. Breath in, reach long. Over to your right, tap. Three-legged dog. To your left, tap. Breath in, reach up. Breath out, step through. Rise, high lunge. Empty out, warrior two. Inhale, reach back. Reverse. Exhale, hands to the mat, high to low. Heart lifts up. Down, diggity dog. All right, look forward, breathe in. Walk, step, or float to the top. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Sit low, sweep up, chair pose. Open arm twist to your right. Back to center, breathe in. Open arm twist to your left, breathe out. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward fold, let it go. Halfway lift, flat back. Hands to the mat, high to low push-up. Heart lifts as you breathe in. Downward facing dog, let it go. Right leg to the sky, breath in. Bend, stack, and open, breath out. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, over to your left, tap. Sweep up, breathe in, three-legged dog. Over to your right, tap. Inhale, lifts. Exhale, step through. Rise, high lunge as you breathe in. Open up, warrior two, as you breathe out. Inhale to reverse, reach up and back. Exhale, hands to the mat, high to low push-up. Heart lifts up as you inhale. Downward facing dog as you exhale. Left leg to the sky. Open up. Lengthen. To your right, tap. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale to your left. Inhale, reach up. Step forward. Rise to your lunge. Open up, warrior two. Inhale, reverse. Hands to the mat, high to low. Heart lifts up as you breathe in. Downward facing dog. All right, we're gonna give Julie a little bit of a break in child's pose. So just drop your knees wide, big toes touch. And just taking a few breaths here, just closing your eyes. And just feeling gravity pull you in, soften all the muscles in your face. Let your chest be heavy. Really noticing your breath. And just reminding ourselves that movement is medicine. It's an opportunity for us to just tap into how our body is feeling. When we quiet down the mind, we're able to listen. And walk your hands over to the right side of your mat. Place your left hand on top of your right, forehead down. Take 3 deep breaths here. Slowly come back through center. Walk your hands over to the left side of your mat. Place your right hand on top and take a few breaths here. And come back to center. We're going to walk our hands forward, coming into puppy pose. So walk your hands forward. Bring your knees right under your hips. Let your heart melt forward. Forehead on the mat for this one here. Press into your palms, come into tabletop. And then downward facing dog. Breath in, breath out, reset. Look to the top. Walk, step, or float. Find length as you breathe in. Fold as you empty out. Chair pose, inhale, sit low, sweep up. Open arm twist to your right as you exhale. Back to center, breath in. Open arm twist to your left. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, bow forward. Halfway lift, lengthen. Plant your palms high to low push up. Oh. Level 1, Jewel. It's level 1. Downward facing dog. Right leg to the sky, breath in. Bend, stack, open up. Lengthen, get long. And over to your left, just tap elbow or tricep. Inhale, press up. Over to your right, tap. Inhale, lift. Exhale, step through. High lunge, rise up. Exhale, warrior two. Reverse, inhale. All right, so we're gonna add on now. So I want you to straighten your front leg. Okay, you're gonna reach your right arm forward. See how you lengthen through the right side body as much as you can. And then lower your right hand to your shin. Maybe a block if you have one at home. Maybe the floor. Okay. triangle pose. And so if you see between Julie's right leg, her arm, and her torso, it's a triangle. So that's where I want you to be. It's not about touching the floor. It's about creating the space in the body. It's about opening your heart up, lengthening. Take a deep breath in and a breath out. Reach your top arm forward, palm facing down. Gaze down at your right foot. Okay, soft bend your right knee and just frame your right foot. You're going to pivot on your back foot and step, halfway through. Okay. Yeah. Come onto your finger pads here. Create a flat back as you lengthen. Pull your right hip back. And as you exhale, fold, pyramid pose. Okay. So if you're feeling a really intense stretch on your right hamstring, then keep a soft bend in the knee. No worries. This is your practice. Let's take one more breath in and a breath out. All right, find your halfway lift. We're going to move into balancing half moon as a balancing pose, okay? So right fingertips are kind of off to the right side of your mat. You're going to start to lift your back leg up. Okay, and then as you reach your left arm up, start to stack your left hip on top of your right. And your toes are flexed here, your floating toes, I should say. And you'll see the wrist to wrist alignment here, and gaze can be down, it can be up if you'd like. You can look at me, Jul, if you want. Take one more breath in, and then lower your left hand to the mat. We're going to square our hips first, and then bring your left toes to meet your right. And halfway lift, plant your palms high to low push-up. Left leg is going to reach up, three-legged dog, inhale, bend, stack, and open, exhale. Lengthen as you breathe in, over to your right and just tap. Back to three-legged dog, to your left. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, step through. High lunge, rise strong. Exhale, warrior two, peel open. Reach up and back to reverse. We're just going to hold here for a moment. Gently begin to straighten your left leg, keeping a gentle micro bend, and start to reach forward. Once you've gotten as far as you can, lower your left hand to a block, your shin, maybe the earth, right arm to the sky. Lines of energy here, right? Wrist to wrist, stacking your hips, heart is open, breath is fluid. Continue breathing here. Breathe in and breathe out. Top arm reaches forward. Gaze down at your left foot. You're going to soft bend into your left leg. Pivot and step halfway through to a pyramid setup. Okay, come onto your finger pads. And as you lengthen your spine, draw your left hip back, right hip forward, and then fold. Take a one more cycle of breath here. And then gaze forward, set up for balancing half moon. Okay, left hand off to the left corner of your mat. And start to lift your back leg up, right arm to the sky as you stack your right hip on top of your left. Remember to integrate your core here. Feel the stability through your left leg. Floating toes are flexed. Take one more breath in. And lower your right hand to the mat. Square your hips first and then bring your right toes to meet your left. Halfway lift, lengthen. And then exhale, fold in, squeeze in tight. Root down, rise all the way up to standing as you inhale. Hands to your heart. Exhale. Reach out, breath in. Forward fold as you empty out. Find length as you inhale. Plant your palms, step back to plank pose. We're gonna hold here. You're gonna bring your big toes to touch. Spin your heels to the right and send your left arm to the sky. Me into side plank. And just lifting through your your right obliques. Squeeze your right obliques. Lift your hips a little bit higher. And reach forward. Right hand to the left hand to the mat. This is where I start to fail, folks. And bring your big toes to touch. Spin your heels to the left. Right arm to the sky. There we go. Side plank. 3 deep breaths. Reach forward. Plant your palm. Come back into plank pose. Rock forward and slow as you can. Lower all the way down, all the way down. Tops of your feet to the mat. Bring your feet about mat distance apart. And then come onto your forearms. We're going to come into Sphinx pose. So elbows are right under your shoulders, right? And you're hugging your triceps in toward your ribs, palms down. And then relax your glutes, your low belly. Lift your sternum up. Let your shoulders be heavy. Coming back to the deep cycles of breath in and complete breath out. Take a breath in, lift a little bit higher as you inhale. And then as you exhale, lower down, elbows wide, make a pillow with your hands, bend your knees, and just windshield wiper your legs from side to side. Lower your feet down, big toes touch, knees touch, frame your shoulders, press yourself up and back to narrow knee child's pose. So big toes touch, knees touch. Reach your arms behind you. The shoulders melt away from one another. And just feeling this release through the spine, through the back body. And pressing yourself up. Make your way onto your backs. We're going to come into supine half pigeon. And so you're going to cross your, let's do the other side. Cross your right ankle over your left thigh. Toes flexed here. You're going to thread your right arm through. And your left arm is going to come around. And you can interlace your fingers behind your thigh, if that is a good point for you, or just below your knee. Okay, and then just tune in with your breath here. So as you breathe in, you want to feel this gentle release. And as you breathe out, you want to feel yourself go a little bit deeper as you draw your right leg in toward your chest. a breath out. And gently release and cross your right leg. Take supine half pigeon on the left side. Crossing left ankle over. Lifting your right leg up and either taking the bind behind your thigh or below your knee. Again, closing your eyes if you'd like and just breathing with this shape. Take a breath in and a breath out. And gently release, bringing both feet down to the mat. And walking your feet out mat distance, just let your knees fall in toward one another. And walking your feet back toward one another, hip distance apart. We're going to cross our right leg over our left. And then I want you to pick your hips up and move them to the right side of your mat and let your knees fall to the left. And take any arm variation that feels good to you here. Any gaze point that also feels good in your body. Really slowly bring your knees back to center. Bring your hips back to center, uncross your legs, and bring your knees to your chest. Little U shape on your low back. And then just preparing for the other side, lower your feet down, cross your left leg over your right. Hips to the left side of your mat, knees fall to the right. Coming back to center, uncross your legs, hips back to the center of your mat. Once again, knees to chest. And this time, let's take happy baby. So just bringing your knees toward your underarms and bring your arms inside your knees. Reach around and grab either the outsides of your feet, your big toes, or maybe even your ankles. And you can stay here. You can rock from side to side. And take a deep breath in. Big sigh out, let it go. Hug your knees to your chest. And when you're ready, we're going to come into final resting pose, Shavasana. And just taking your time, bringing your feet at least mat distance apart, and just letting the outsides of your legs fall open. Shimmy your shoulders away from your ears, arms by your sides, palms up. And let's all take a deep breath in through our nose. Open your mouth, big sigh out. Just come back to your natural breath. And just scanning your body, starting with all 10 toes. And making your way up to your ankles. And from your ankles to your knees. And from your knees up to your hips. Just traveling through your torso, through your heart, your lungs, to your shoulders. And traveling down your shoulders to your elbows. And from your elbows to your wrists. And from your wrist to all 10 fingers. And take another breath in through the nose. Open your mouth, sigh out. Softening through your throat. And unhinging your lower jaw. Relaxing your cheeks, your brow, even your eyes. Just let your eyes roll back. Start to wiggle your fingers and your toes. And circling your wrists and your ankles in both directions. Bring your big toes to touch. Reach your arms up overhead and take a deep breath in. Big sigh out. Let's do that again because it feels really good. Breath in. Big sigh out. Knees to your chest. Give yourself a big hug, big squeeze in tight. And then rock off to your left side. And when you're ready, pressing yourself up to a comfortable seat, eyes closed, hands to your heart. Just coming back to your intention or your dedication that you carved out at the beginning of class. As you sit here, just tapping into your understanding of Source, and the love and the acceptance that comes from that space, that energy. And then we end class just acknowledging the divine light and the divine love that lives within us. The divine light and the divine love that surrounds us. And the divine light and the divine love that connects us all. And bringing your thumbs up to your forehead. Namaste.
Namaste.